Considering you have been in the position of vice president for the past 4 years under the Biden administration, how can we expect you to deviate from the direction of that administration compared to your own? How can we differentiate your policy and your beliefs from that of Biden's?
That's a great question, and thank you. Well, first of all, my administration will not be a continuation of the Biden administration. I bring to this role my own ideas and my own experience. I represent a new generation of leadership on a number of issues and believe that we have to actually take new approaches. For example, what we talked about in terms of housing. My experience that leads to that priority includes what I did to take on the big banks around the foreclosure crisis when I brought billions of dollars to homeowners that were the subject of predatory lending. I know what homeownership means to the American people, not to mention what it meant to my mother, who worked very hard and saved up so that by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy our first home. I bring to it my experience actually taking care of my mother when she was sick, and it was, as it turned out, dying from cancer. And so I know what it means and have the experience of taking care of an elderly relative, and I have raised children. And so I bring to my priorities and will, as president, a new approach and a new idea, frankly, about what we need to do to deal with the sandwich generation.
You know, I was making a couple notes here. On the outside of this, it seems like she gave a pretty good answer. Unless you're that woman there asking that question. Because that woman asking that question doesn't want to hear about your life story. I know your life story, and believe me, I know. It may seem very interesting to you. I know my life story feels like it's interesting, and I'm sure at times people go, they got their own stories. Unless you can relate your story to their story, you're just talking. So it may sound good because it's like, oh, she took care of her mom. Why not ask this lady, hey, what's important to you? Do you have, are your parents getting older? Hey, man, you got to take a shot. You got to go risk. I know the lady can say anything. This young woman can say anything. But you got to be able to pivot on your feet. Kamala's a coward. She is a coward. There are stand-up comedians with more heart than her. There's a comedian, Adam Rifer. What's his Rife? I don't know his guy's name. I know his last name. R-I-F-E. Okay, he does crowd work, and what he does is he just talks to people. He has such muscle memory of talking with his audience. He don't have to know shit. They don't got to do no prearranged questions. He's doing his comedy. He's like, hey, you guys together? Yeah. When'd y'all meet? He don't know what they're gonna say, but he knows how to be funny. So wherever you say Buffalo, Jesus, you're from the Bronx. Where'd you guys meet at? The Piggly Wiggly? Where'd you? You at a Giants game and where were you? Like whatever. He's gonna. So what I'm saying is he would know how to make that work because he's a comedian who's been doing it 20 years. As a politician, when you are asked a question from an audience member like that about what are you going to do, you should be more like, what do you want me to do? Don't just give us, your mom was sick, so now you love all sick people. That's, first of all, that's not a policy. Sandwich generation. Huh? Make it tangible to the person asking the question. Maybe she wants to hear you talk about childcare. Do you have any kids? Do you want any kids? Well, you know what? One day, if you do that, let's say your sister have any kids, your cousins, okay. Well, my philosophy is different when it comes to how we take care of those kids. Earned income tax credit for children. $6,000 a year. That's going to help those children. Birthdays, Christmas, school clothes, lunches. Maybe someone's got a special dietary necessities for their diet, certain allergy medication, whatever. We have to start thinking about the children So what I'm saying is she didn't do any of that. She didn't personalize anything. And to do that, you have to have courage. You have to be comfortable that whatever's said, you're going to be able to move in it. This is your moment. Man, she's trying to be president of the United States. If you're not willing to take a shot, look, it should be easy for her, guys. You're already down a bunch of points. In my opinion, Kamala Harris is so behind in the score, she needs to throw about 4 Hail Marys at this point. Nah, Willie Brown ain't going to come win this for you. And the Democrats may have given you the nomination without a single vote being cast, but that's not how the general election works. And no, Biden can't bequeath you this. You got to earn this one out the dirt. And if you are black, like you say, then you know how it is. You should be able to get it out the dirt. That's our culture. I started this conversation talking about culture. When I say we put black culture in every show I do, that's this. And nobody should have to shoot off your pinky toe for you to get it, Della. All right. Hit the like button if you like this show so far. If you think, hey, this guy's got something, I like this show, maybe they shouldn't cancel it. Let's get up to 600 likes. Let's start at 6. I thought there'd be more people, but I guess I'm late talking about this issue. But I think I got a unique perspective for last night's town hall with Kamala Harris. Hit the like button. Let people know that you are here. We ain't done.